Hello guys, welcome back to Braysh Gaming today. I know what you guys are thinking. What the hell is this guy doing here? That's not a set out for a couple of days. Well, I'm back and I have another video today. And today we are going to be looking at the upcoming cards from S5a Matchless Fighters. Looking at the super rares of leaked today and then deciding which ones we like the most. Okay guys, so welcome back to the channel today. Yes, we have another Braysh Gaming video. I know you guys are all very happy to hear that and very happy to see that. But yes, today we have a little video where we're going to be looking at the S5a Matchless Fighters super rare cards that were leaked today. And we're going to be using PokeGuardian to kind of have a look at those cards and see if there's any that you guys might have missed on Twitter. I mean, pretty much all of them went on Twitter. So, but there might be some you missed. I think there's like 20 odd of these. So yes, this is a little spoiler alert as well. If you're the type of person that likes to kind of get into their set and not know what's coming up when they're opening a pack, then I don't normally say this, but turn my video off because we have every possible super rare in the video today. So yes, very much looking forward to that. I will be putting the cards up on the screen. It's going to go here somewhere. But yes, so we're going to start off with obviously the secret rares, which are SR cards, and we're going to move up. I'm not entirely sure which way we're going to do these yet, but yes, we're going to start off with the Blaziken V SR. Now we knew Blaziken was a V card anyway, so we knew Blaziken was going to get a super rare card, but this one looks amazing. They've really done Blaziken justice here. It's Ayaka Yoshida who has done the artwork, and yeah, just looking at it, like, it's a Rengeki card. He's in full sort of Rengeki mode, if you like, and yeah, look at the background on this card, the flame swirling in the background. Normally you just get maybe like a generic pattern or something that maybe slightly matches the card, but in this instance we actually have flames in the background. I can't recall a card where we've had something like that before, especially from a super rare point of view. So that is really impressive to look at. As I said, Torchic fans, you know, quite a lot of Torchic fans around Gen 3. So I think like having Blaziken as almighty as it looks here is fantastic. So yeah. So this set is actually out on the 19th of March, which is 2 days today from recording the date on the Friday. So as I said, these are all prior. These are all unofficial reveals as well. So yeah, so that's Blaziken. Very, very nice card there. I think a lot of these cards make up what's going to be Chilling Rain in English as well. So, you know, we kind of have a little preview here into Chilling Rain and what to expect from that set. And honestly, looking at this set, it's going to be good. So the next card here, we have another super rare Pokemon. We're going to do those first. It's Dracozolt, super rare. I think Dracozolt got a lot of fans from people in the new generation. I think Dracovish did as well, massively. But yeah, I think the card is interesting. In terms of looks wise, I can see some lightning bolts going sort of around the edge. It looks like it was done by. It is a Planeta, which means it is kind of CG kind of designed, I believe. You do, in my opinion, the stuff from Planeta and is it CGI Works? I can't remember. They do kind of lose something. Bit of character perhaps, but you know, he looks happy enough in that picture. One thing to note about the Blaziken card, let's just switch back to it quickly. It is actually a Rengeki card, okay? And in the last set, which was obviously S5i and S5r Ichigeki, Rengeki was introduced in a Single Strike Master and Rapid Strike Master. Every Rengeki and Ichigeki V card got a special art. You know what I'm talking about, the Tyranitar, the Empoleon. They're really amazing cards, the first of their kind in Sword and Shield. And here we are in the next set with another Rengeki V card, and Blaziken does not get a special art, okay? But don't worry about it, because you'll see. So as well documented so far, we are getting the Gallerian birds in this set. And yeah, and we take a look at Articuno here, who, yeah, 5-band graphics, that's who I was trying to think of. It's actually a nice card. I think the pattern on the back really kind of matches its aesthetic. And yeah, but it is just that generic kind of Gallerian Articuno pose that we've come to expect. Still, it's not my least favorite of the Gallerian birds. Moltres is by far and away my favorite, especially in this set. But Zapdos, it looks a bit like Roadrunner, some sort of land chicken, and I'm just not a fan of that. But Articuno here, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. And here is that land chicken. It is Zapdos. Okay, so we again, 5-ban have done it. It's a generic pose. I suppose the background might look more sort of what you'd expect in terms of like a spiky kind of yellow. But yeah, I've just not been a fan of this Pokemon at all. I think I just don't think they've done Zapdos a lot of justice by turning him into this thing, this Roadrunner, this electric Roadrunner. But yeah, that's a super rare for Zapdos. As I said, I'm sure some people are gonna like it. It's just not really for me. Now this is what I'm talking about. We have the Galarian Moltres. So Moltres has obviously taken on the dark type, as we know, but it is incredible as a card. It's even actually, I'm not sure. It looks like CG works to me, but you know, this card, I don't think you can make a bad job of Moltres. I think any sort of effort you do with Moltres, and just, you know, because of the way the Pokemon is and designed, it just looks so cool and badass. I think you're really you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong with making a Moltres card. But you can go very right, as you're going to find out very shortly. Now here we have Galarian Slowking. Obviously, again, another Pokemon added in the Isle of Armor expansion. 5-ban graphics have done this one again. Ichigeki card. I don't really have too much to say about this. The background is kind of like Psychic and Poison, which is the type of Galarian Slowking. It's an interesting card. Again, it's quite a generic pose for Galarian Slowking. But yeah, I don't have much to say about this. I'm not a huge fan of it. I'm not a huge fan of the Pokemon either, to be honest. But I think it's a cool concept, and yeah, I think they've done what they can with the card. And in terms of super rare, guys, that also means we get to take a look at the full art trainers. This is for a lot of people one of the most popular parts of the set. This is for a lot of people, some people buy the set. And yeah, I don't think anyone's going to be complaining about Karen's conviction. It's obviously, you know, Karen is obviously one of the Elite Four from, was it Gen 2? Was it Johto, I believe? Did she pop back up again at some point? I believe she might have popped back up again. But yeah, gold and silver. Maybe, well, she must have been in Heart Gold, Soul Silver as well, which is kind of classed as a different generation. But still, we have Karen's conviction, and we have a second use of flames in the background. Unless I've just not noticed these before. But, you know, who's this? Is it Hideki Ishikawa did this card? So I'm not sure if the artist, I believe the artists do design the background as well, but she looks pretty powerful in that card there. I think, you know, she's been around a long time. A lot of people are going to be very happy about this card. And instead of just doing all the super rares and going on to the hyper rares, let's just mention that, you know, this card is also obviously going to come in as hyper rare, as do all the full art supporters. So personally, I'm a fan of the ones with the color in it rather than the rainbow in it. It's a bit of a whitewash, but that's just my preference. I think a lot of people share that view. But yeah, it's an interesting card, and yeah, I think a lot of people would just be happy to see Karen, to be honest, rather than worrying about the hyper rare version, as it were. Next we have Clara. Obviously, I think Clara was of the Sword expansion, and Avery, who is also in the set, I'm going to show you him next, was of the Shield expansion, I believe, or was it the other way around? I'm trying to think, because I did play the expansion. I did have Sword. I can't remember who I played against. I think I played against Clara. So Sword? Anyway, it's a Naoki Saito special. So everyone knows Naoki Saito, very sort of well-revered artist in the Pokemon TCG at the minute. Very popular guy. And yeah, we have Clara there. So a lot of people who played the expansion will be aware of Clara and Avery. But yeah, I think a lot of people are very happy to see that card. It looks pretty cool. And of course we have Clara as hyper rare too. So very, very nice. Let me know in the comments if you prefer the the super rares to the hyper rares. It's really a sort of a 50-50 split, I feel. Hyper rare feels like it's more like it's rarer, but in terms of like looks wise, I think the regular super rares look pretty good. And here is Avery, designed by Kirasaki. Of course, you have his Pokeballs floating around his giant hat. Of course, it can't get quintessentially more British than Pokeballs flying around a giant top hat. But yes, Avery is also in the set. It's a nice card. I do like the card. I think a lot of people will again be really happy to see such a nice amount of different trainers in the set, and there's more. But first, let's just take a look at the Avery Hyper Rare. Again, it loses something for me, but you know, a lot of people might be happy with that. The final full art trainer is Brawley, and Brawley is a gym leader from I think it's Ruby and Sapphire. Brawley's from. I'm pretty sure it's from Ruby and Sapphire. As you can see, this is a Rengeki card, which means not single strike. It's multiple strikes, and as you can see, there's some multiple strikes going on there. He almost looks like a Machamp if you squint. In fact, it's fantastic artwork by, is it Sanosuke Sakuma? So that's fantastic. Very happy with that one. I think a lot of fans of Ruby and Sapphire will be happy to see Brawley there. And Brawley looking pretty cool too. And then the Brawley Hyper Rare Rainbow Effect. And yeah, it's still got those flying punches and it looks pretty cool. So guys, we move on to ultra rare cards, which means we get to look at the gold items and this set's shiny Pokemon, which I've never been able to pull. So that's exciting, isn't it? So firstly, these two cards, these two item cards, came out in the last set, S5i, S5r. We have the Fan of Waves. The inanimate objects are back, and this is just an inanimate fan, a golden fan, which might take up your ultra rare slot in your box. If you're really unlucky, that could happen. I'm praying for you that it doesn't happen, but it just could happen, okay? And if that wasn't bad enough, we have the Urn of Vitality. It's an urn? Really? It's a golden urn. Huh. Something a little bit more interesting is that we are back with the secret rare energies. These are slightly different. As you can see, you've got a bit of fire coming off them and there's sparkle, but I think we're going to start to see, it looks like we're going to start to see ultra rare energies coming back into the set, which is pretty cool. Really awesome cards. They hold a lot of value as well. So this one's going to have fighting energy, which is interesting for sure. And yeah, look forward to seeing every other energy come back in future sets. A very popular choice for the ultra rare Pokemon, I believe. Saki Hayashiro has done shiny Snorlax. So not really too dissimilar from regular Snorlax color wise, but Snorlax obviously, look, it's a Gen 1 Pokemon, okay? It's gonna be popular. And yeah, Snorlax it looks pretty cool. As I said, I've not pulled an ultra rare shiny Pokemon yet, one of these cards. So if I can manage that this set, I'm not going to be complaining at all. That's a pretty cool card to get. Right guys, we are nearly at the special arts, which in my opinion is the best part of the set, hence why we've saved it for last. But first, we're just going to have a look at the hyper rare versions of the VMAX cards, which seem to come out in all the sets. And that will actually tie us in quite nicely to the next part of the video. So we have the Gallerian Slowking here, which again, the hyper rare treatment, it makes it that rainbow effect. Considered slightly rarer than the super rare card, but yeah, that's the VMAX Slowking. He looks quite happy with himself. Speaking of happy with themselves, here is the hyper rare Dracovish, and not Dracovish. Speaking with happy with themselves, here is the hyper rare Dracozolt, and look, you can tell that this guy used to have the most horrible body, and when that dramatic fossil accident happened and he got this massive dino body, he is very happy about this. This is the best thing that's ever happened to him, and you can just see from the smile on his face that he used to have the weediest body, and now he's got a massive Tyrannosaurus legs and tail. He's just over the moon. He's just living life. And of course, the final VMAX card looks to be hyper rare Blaziken. So it's a really nice card, really cool. Akira Egawa's done it, so it's not actually been done by, just a generic Planeta computer-generated artist either. It's a Rengeki VMAX version of the V card. Now, I mentioned earlier that the Blaziken, which didn't get which hasn't got the special art in this set, for good reason, because the VMAX card does. The VMAX card does. Look at this. Look at this. We're gonna go through the special arts now, guys. This VMAX card of Blaziken is incredible, and these VMAX cards are incredible. They're just the most beautiful cards almost ever. I mean, obviously when we had the Tag Team GX and we had the alternate arts, they were fantastic, but these seem to have gone up a level for me. They really have. You can see from it almost looks like they're in a raid battle, you know. If we're looking at the artwork that is done by Shigenori Nagishi, I believe. Yeah, sorry, the text isn't that clear on the card, so I'm just trying to read it. It looks like we're having a raid battle. You've got obviously the Sobble line there. Maybe Zangoose has been knocked out, so you've got the 4 against 1 that you'd normally have in a raid format, and that Blaziken is just towering over the others. They all look to seem to be sort of Rengeki style. They're all kind of sort of doing the same pose. Zangoose obviously didn't get the memo and has been knocked out. But Blaziken there staring down on the tower there with the Sobble line. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. I got one of these cards. I got the Empoleon in the last set, and I'm not even a Napoleon fan, but the card is incredible. It's something, you know. I'm glad they didn't wait too long to introduce this era, so I'm very happy to see that. So, as you can expect, you know, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 more super rare cards to go through, and they're all amazing. So look at the next one. As if this wasn't evidence enough that this Pokemon is Roadrunner. This is a Zapdos running up. Is that Wile E. Coyote? Okay, that's not. But I wouldn't have been surprised. You can see from the dust, it looks like it's whizzed around the mountain, whizzing up the mountain. It is straight out of Looney Tunes. It is straight out of Looney Tunes. If this Zapdos makes an appearance in Space Jam 2, I will not be surprised, because it is just... How have they not been done for copyright? Akira Komiyama has fit the brief, and it's a really nice card. It's a really nice card. Not my favorite Pokemon, not my favorite concept, but it's a really nice card. Now we have got the Gallerian Articuno, who... I don't know where to begin with these cards. The Articuno's kind of taken on a generic sort of pose, I suppose. You know, it's got its shields up. It's very snowy. There's lots of trees around. It's dark. It almost looks like the Northern Lights going across there. It's incredible. Is it? I can't quite see the artist on that one. But yeah. Oh, there's a Chinchou. There's a Chinchou underneath. Can you see the Chinchou? Maybe Articuno is protecting the Chinchou somewhat from, I don't know, the elements? I don't know. But it's a really nice card, and yes, definitely my second favourite Galarian bird. But look at this. How can anyone not want this card? This card is the best thing to happen to Pokemon ever. This is definitely my top 5 ever cards that I have seen with my eyes. Shibuzo has done it, who is... a lot of people will be very familiar with Shibuzo for their artwork. Very popular in the TCG, has done very sort of distinctive artwork. But this Galarian Moltres is just unbelievable. The symmetry. Look at the symmetry on it. It's just, look at his little belly. Look at the flames. Look at the eyes in the trees. This has just been done absolute justice. This is an absolute card and a half. I've run out of superlatives for this card because it is a special one. Not so often do you get something like this pop up, but you just know that this card in the flesh is gonna look so good. It's gonna look so good. There's just so much in this set. And last but not least, guys, we are treated to one of my favorite artists, which is Komiya. Komiya has done a Galarian Slowking, which looks absolutely incredible. What makes Komiya's cards so special, in my opinion, is the level of detail that you just don't notice unless they're pointed out to you. Or I've had some pointed out to me by my good friend Luna Lugia, who actually runs PokeGuardian. Some of the details on Komiya cards. He is a huge fan, much bigger than me. But I now find myself looking at Pokedex entries for Komiya cards and looking for clues at what could be going on in the card, because that is a level of detail we're talking about with the Komiya card. I'm looking at the Gallerian Slowking's Pokedex entry, and I'm seeing, while chanting strange spells, this Pokemon combines its internal toxins with what it's eaten, creating strange potions. Now look at that card and tell me that's not what's going on. I can see food across that river. I can see bottles across that river. I can see, you know, mushrooms around him. I know that Gallerian Slowking there is thinking about his next potion that he's going to make with his food and his internal toxins. That's what's going on in this card. It's incredible. And I just got no words for it. This is an incredible set. Guys, that actually brings us to the end of the S5a Matchless Fighters preview. As I said, there's some fantastic cards in this set. I'm going to go out on a limb and say this is the most exciting set of the Sword and Shield era, especially from a Japanese point of view. A lot of these cards will be in Chilling Rain in, I guess, 3 months' time in English. But for now, these are coming out on Friday in Japan. We're going to have some open on the channel here next week. So we've got a few boxes of that. Look out for that. It's going to be very exciting. In the meantime, I think we're going to possibly do another video, guys. We're going to see which ones of these are going to be the most sought after and expensive. And we might have a little review of the chase cards in the set prior to opening any. But yeah, that is the incredible new set S5a Matchless Fighters. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you do, why not leave a like? Why not subscribe? Yeah, let me know in the comments below what your favorite card is. I'm torn, you know. I don't know if it's Moltres or the Gallerian Slowking alternate arts. They both look incredible. But yes, I'll let you guys decide. Don't forget, I'm on Twitter at Braysh Gaming. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys again soon.